Hey y'all, so today I'm actually cooking chicken soup. I know it is, what is it, April? I don't even know what month it is apparently. It's getting a little warm, but you know, sometimes you just want some chicken soup. You just want it. So it's chicken vegetables. So I'm putting carrots, I have my chicken base, pepper, garlic, onions, corn, green beans. I use two different kinds of broth. Normally I use stock, but Aldi's was out, so I'm using broth. I use stock for the lower sodium. And then I've already got my chicken almost done boiling. I don't need a ton of this stock, so I let it boil down a little bit. I figure we all know what boiling chicken looks like, so I didn't include that in this part of the video. If you want me to include it next time, just let me know. But basically, I took 2 chicken breasts and boiled them, and now I'm going to shred them. All right, so I pulled my chicken out. They're done, as you can tell. I'm gonna now shred them, or you can shred them, you can chunk them, you can dice them, you can put them whatever kind of shape, size you want. But basically you're just gonna cut them up so they go into the soup. All right, guys, so as you can see, I have shredded my chicken. Like I said, really any size you want. I usually like it shredded. I like bigger pieces. I like my soup pretty chunky. So now I'm going to just add this back in, and we're going to start to actually make the soup. All right, guys, so I have my stock that is basically from the boiled chicken. And so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to add some chicken base, like here. And it looks just like this. It's not great looking, but it's the same thing as basically a bouillon cube. So basically, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, so a very, very tiny amount. Just going to get a very little amount. I don't want a ton. I just really want it for the flavor. I'm not even going to use a full teaspoon. Trust me. Because it really is potent. I'm only going to use about like that much. I'm just going to kind of put it in there and I'm going to stir. And basically all I'm doing is I just really want that flavor. Because I'm not, and it's usually you do 1 teaspoon to 1 cup of water. And that's really how you make like a base. I don't need that much. Because it's already flavored by the chicken, and then I'm using that. So I've got just enough in there to really keep it, you know, change the color a little bit, give it a little bit of seasoning. So I've got that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add garlic powder. Garlic powder. So you feel that you need to stop. Same thing with your minced onions. You can use real onions. I'm lazy. So you feel that you need to stop. I like onion flavor. So we've got all that in, and we're just going to kind of mix it up. And the reason I do this first is because I can really kind of go ahead and get that base together, and then I can always add. And I do not add as much as I think I need to begin with, just because I can always add more later, but I can't take away. Pepper. I like pepper. Pepper. To me, lots of pepper. To you, maybe not so much. It's gonna stir again. So as you can see, we're starting to kind of build this. And I know a lot of people don't like this part of the chicken in there. I don't care either way. I think it tastes fine. So now I'm going to add a little bit more liquid. So the first thing I'm gonna do is add some of my actual chicken broth. I'm not gonna add the whole container first. I'm only gonna add about half. And the reason I'm doing this first is because I'm gonna throw my chicken in, but I don't want it to completely soak up what liquid's in there. So I've done that. Now I'm gonna add my shredded plate of chicken. So, just gonna put it all in there. Like that. Stir it up again. You can never stir too much making this stuff. All right, now I'm gonna start adding my vegetables. So first thing I'm gonna do is you can add a can of carrots, you can add fresh carrots, you can add frozen carrots. You don't even have to add carrots. You can literally add whatever you want. I like carrots, so I'm gonna add the bag of carrots. So, whole bag of carrots. Again, as many or as little or whatever vegetables. I don't like how you look. You're not going in my soup. As many or as little or not at all as you'd like. Next thing I'm going to start doing is adding my canned vegetables. So with canned vegetables, you can add the juice if you want. I never add the juice. I don't want the juice flavor in my soup. That's just not, to me, that doesn't add to the, it almost like takes away. So I'm going to open my cans, I'm going to drain them, and then I'm going to add them into my soup. All right, we drained our stuff. Now we're going to add vegetables. Again, you don't have to add these vegetables. You can genuinely add whatever vegetables you want to add. These are just the ones that I like and I think taste good. So, we got a pretty good mix going. More broth. Because as much as I like it chunky, I still like it soupy. So, this is the basis for my soup. Basically, the soup is done. I'm now going to cook it on low for a couple hours. Ooh, I don't want you in my soup either. Basically just to get it seasoned, to get it mixed together, to let it blend. I don't think I'm gonna buy Walmart carrots anymore. So, yeah, this is what the soup looks like. This is essentially the finished product. It's a really good, really chunky, really hearty, delicious vegetable soup. And this is also where you would add, you can add more base, you can add more pepper, you can add more garlic, you can add more onions. And as it cooks, you'll kind of see the seasonings. And again, I'm one of those believers, taste it as it cooks. And then add as you go. And you're probably like, well, you didn't use any of that vegetable broth. The vegetable broth is literally my backup broth. This is when the chicken starts to absorb the soup. That's my backup broth. And the reason I don't use 2 chickens is just to give it a little bit more of a even base. I don't want a complete overkill on a chicken flavor, especially for a vegetable soup.